Hi guys, welcome to Vesna TV. For today's video, I'm putting together a few vases using items from the Dollar Tree. So to start, I'm using a mix of paints. You can use whatever colors you like. There's no right or wrong. I picked a combination that leans towards a bluish purple theme, and I'll show you the specific paints I used, but again, feel free to get creative with your own choices. I also added some black and white acrylic paint to balance it out. So before painting, make sure to clean your vase or a glass item really well. I wipe mine down with some rubbing alcohol to remove any oils or dust. The vase that I am using is fairly plain. I picked it up at the Dollar Tree and I'm pouring a bit of each paint into a plastic cup and then adding some pouring medium on top, which I also found at the Dollar Tree. I don't fully mix the paints in the cup, I just swirl them lightly with the pouring medium. So the goal is to keep the colors layered instead of blending them into one color. Now, the first batch I made wasn't quite enough, so I mixed a second batch. This time I altered a few paints, then some pouring medium, then a few more paints, and then more pouring medium. You can experiment with this depending on the size of your vase and the colors. So for mine, I ended up using about half a bottle of the pouring medium. And so to prep for the pouring, once I layered my paints, I placed the vase upside down on a plastic cup with a box underneath to catch extra paint. If you have a silicone mat or any kind of silicone container, that would work even better because then you could use the excess paint. I didn't have one, so some paint was wasted, but that's okay. My son wound up using some of it for his pouring project that he did, so it was great. So once all of your paints are layered, you start pouring really, really slowly over the vase. So this is important, especially if your vase has a narrow neck like mine, because if you pour too fast, it'll all go drip down to the bottom and it won't follow the shape of the vase. So you go slow so it flows naturally and flows to the shape of the vase. So, and like I said, rushing will mess up the effect and it'll all drip down and then you're going to have to use even more paint. So slow is key. And that's basically it. So I'll show you how mine turns out in the next step as I pour it. So once you've poured all of your paint, you can then now let this dry. It'll take probably a couple days to dry fully, or maybe a day, depending on where you're holding it. I had mine in the basement. It's kind of cold downstairs, so it does take a little while for it to dry. But like I said, once you pour everything, let it dry fully. And then if you really wanted to make sure this was protected, you could apply resin to it. I've seen resin now at the Dollar Tree, so that's really easy to do. You just, mix your resin according to the instructions and then apply it gently to the vase, and that'll keep it protected so that it doesn't, any nicks or anything like that won't affect the design. I did not apply resin because this will just be used for decorative purposes. I'm not going to be pouring water or anything like that, so hopefully it'll stay protected. But if I see that it's getting a little damaged, I will apply resin to it, but I didn't for the purposes of this video. But here it is all completed. I think it turned out very, very beautifully. I love the colors. I love the pattern. I love all of the different colors in there. So I'm just showing you all the angles here. Let me know what you think. I think it turned out really nice and beautiful. Hopefully you guys try it out because this was a lot of fun. I really like this. For this next piece, I'm using another Dollar Tree item. This time it's a hurricane vase. So to give it some texture and a bit of a fancy design, I'm applying hot glue around the vase. I'm adding the glue near the top, around the bottom, and also in the middle section. The idea is to create raised patterns that will show through once it's painted. So for this design, I'm doing swirls using the hot glue gun. This adds a nice bit of depth and visual interest, but feel free to get creative. You can do dots, straight lines, zigzags, horizontal or vertical patterns. It's totally up to you and your style. So on this vase, I'm placing the swirls vertically, about an inch below the rim at the top, again near the bottom. And again, I also decided to add few swirls in the middle of the vase to break up the space and give it a bit more flair. Originally, I thought I would just do the top and bottom, but once I did it, I decided that the middle needed a little bit of pizzazz as well. So partway through, I had to switch out my hot glue gun because one of the tips was leaking too much. So I swapped to a smaller one that gave me a bit more control. And then I alternated between them just based on how they were performing. Once the glue is fully set and hardened, it's time to move on to the painting stage. So this one, I wanted to give it a bit of a cement look. So I'll show you how I did this in the next part. For this one, I wanted a cement-like finish. So first, I sprayed the entire vase in an antique white color. It's heirloom white by Rust-Oleum. So that base coat helps the next layer of paint stick better and gives it some depth. Once it dried, I mix up my paint blend using metallic silver, regular silver, black, dark blue, and then at the end I added a little bit of white just because it was a touch too dark. I also added about 2 tablespoons of baking soda to the mix. The baking soda gives it a chalky matte texture that mimics the look of concrete. I probably made more than I needed. I did make more than I needed, but I'd rather have the extra than not enough because this one I wanted it to be more uniform. I didn't want it to be different colors. I used only acrylic paints. Actually all of these were from the Dollar Tree, but I also tend to pick up extras when I see them on sale at Michael's. So over time I've built up quite the collection. So I try to use what I have on hand. Once I had the color I wanted, a dark bluish gray kind of cementy tone, I stirred it all up and I painted it onto the vase. I did end up doing 2 coats to get full coverage. I didn't want to apply it too thick and risk drips or a messy look. So I let the first coat dry completely before applying the second. I also painted just inside the top of the vase to cover up any visible white and give it a clean, finished look. So here is the finished look, all painted with 2 coats. I did not record myself doing the second coat, but here it is all finished with the double coats. and some full flowers in here, and I think it just looks fabulous. Let me know what you guys think. So for this next project, I'm creating another fancy vase. It's one that has a bit more of a unique shape. I think it's another hurricane style vase, but it's smaller and has a nice contour to it. As usual, I picked it up at the Dollar Tree. So for this design, I'm using gem-like stickers and embellishments. The pearl-like strip stickers are from Dollar Tree, and the rest of the gem pack I'm using is actually from Dollarama, but you can find similar ones at the Dollar Tree as well. I start by placing a strip of the pearl stickers around the base of the vase and then another around the top. There's no exact pattern I'm following, just whatever looks good to me. I'll show you most of the process in this video, though I'll speed it up a little bit and trim some parts so it's not too long. It actually took me just over 30 minutes to complete this one, so that gives you a good idea of the time commitment if you were going to go this route. Once the pearl borders are in place, I begin filling in the rest of the vase with a mix of different sized gems. So my approach is to lay down one base layer using the larger or more dominant gems, and then I fill in the gaps with smaller pieces, different shapes and colors. You can totally customize this part. If you want a structured pattern like alternating shapes, go for it. I chose more of a randomized organic look. I wanted it to feel like I had discovered these unique stones and arranged them freely on the vase, kind of like a one of a kind treasure. So that's what I did here. I'm going to add some music so you can enjoy watching the process, and I'll show you the final result after all the gems are applied. So for this part, I actually ended up reusing some of the paint from the previous project. There was a bit left over and my son has used some as well. So I combined all of it and add a little bit of white to lighten the color. It gave me just enough to work with for this next step. I used the same paint pouring technique as before, but this time instead of pouring the paint over on the outside of the vase, I poured it inside. That's important because if you paint the outside, it can interfere with the gem placement. The glue or adhesive won't hold as well on painted surfaces, especially textured ones. A little tip I learned the hard way, I should have done the painting first before applying the gems. Because I painted after, some of the gems started to come off when the vase was handled. I had to go back and reattach them. To secure everything in the end, I used a tacky spray over top of to hold everything in place. If you want to be extra sure your gems stay on, you could also apply tacky spray before placing the gems, sticking them on one by one as you go. Either works, but definitely let everything dry and set properly before moving on to the next step. If I were doing this project again, I'd paint the inside of the vase first to create that rich background and then decorate the outside with gems after everything's dry. In the end, I think it turned out beautiful, very unique, very one of a kind, and totally worth the time and effort it took to put together. Let me know what you guys think. Next project, I'm using two candle holders from those praying candles from the Dollar Tree. I had melted down the wax before and I saved the holders. So I originally planned on using both, but one didn't quite turn out how I wanted. So I'm just showing you one of them in the video. You can see I have two, but you'll see that I only show you doing one. First, I made sure to clean off any of the leftover wax that had dripped down onto the outside. And once it was nice and clean, I sprayed it using a metallic paint by Rust-Oleum. It's in turquoise. And after it dried, I wanted to give the candles a subtle crackle effect. So I mixed up a custom paint color using some blue and white acrylic paints to match the turquoise base. Now, if you try this yourself, make sure your top coat is similar to the one on your base coat. You can go with contrasting colors, like a light base and a dark top, but I personally didn't love how that looked when I tested it with the green on the other candle holder. So once I had my paint mixed, I used some hairspray from the Dollar Tree as my crackling agent. I sprayed it onto the candle in sections, then used a heat gun to dry each section before applying the paint. It's important to let the hairspray dry, otherwise the paint gets drippy and messy. This technique gives you a soft, subtle crackle effect. If you're looking for a more dramatic crackle, I recommend using school glue, just the regular white glue, instead. That method gives you a bigger and more noticeable crackling effect. I wanted to try the hairspray technique this time since the candle was a repurposed piece, candle holder was a repurposed piece and not something I had bought specifically for this look. After the paint dried, I finished off the top by wrapping and hot gluing a few rows of jute rope around the rim. It adds a nice rustic touch and really finishes the look. So here is how it turned out. I popped a few faux flowers in to complete the vibe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you like this one as much as I did, if you enjoyed this project, oh, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next one. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed all of these vase inspirations. Have a fantastic day.